Chapter 4, the Cascading Style Sheet. For Chapter 4, I'm going to move over here to this Mac in just a minute and show you the immense power of the Cascading Style Sheet. So I thought the best way to demonstrate this was first with a story. So the story goes as follows. You have been developing very, very simple web pages, right? And all of them have existed individually from one another, right? You've got your Trillium Media design, and sure, it's true that you've worked on 3 pages together with them, right? But they're very small. You've had I cannot recall off the top of my head the name of the kayak site. Again, not a ton of content in there, maybe an image or two, not a lot to do, but nonetheless, it is a web page. And that's all well and that's all good. But what happens when we scale that up tremendously, right? What happens when we're trying to make a large website? So not a collection of web pages, but in fact a website, a collective, cohesive block of information that we want to have a look and feel that we can convey to our customers. So look at something like Wikipedia. Now, Wikipedia has, what would you think, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of pages? It turns out it's hundreds of thousands of pages. And that's a ton of stuff to manage. You could not feasibly go through and make one small change to the way that all of Wikipedia looks. So Wikipedia has a light purple background to all of its pages, right? And what happens if Wikipedia decided light purple is no longer our design nomenclature, the idea we use behind all of our design? What happens if we were to change every page to light blue instead? That would require that we have hundreds of thousands of pages that developers have to go through and change the background color element to. And that is a tremendous use of time. Not a good use of time, but a tremendous use of time. If we look at a page that's even larger, or a collection of pages, so a site that's even larger, something like Yahoo. Now, I am not here to badmouth Yahoo. As a matter of fact, yahoo.com, this is going to be hard to believe for those of us who have spent years looking at yahoo.com as, I'm sorry, Yahoo, I know this is on the internet now. I can't just say this in a classroom like I've been doing, but it was the butt of a joke for the longest time, right? Because Yahoo was moved from one seller to another, and it just became this weird, limp, dead property. But now it is actually one of the top, if not the top, depending on where you are, the top site that people go to. So it's like, and again, it depends on, it's changed a little bit here over the last several months because Google has once again come back up as everybody's searching for things. But when it came to content, Yahoo had actually been the king of content for a couple of years. And that's because as more and more people come online, they're looking for a web property that they know is legitimate. And Yahoo provided that for them. So if we make one small change to Yahoo, and actually I have been here at RVC for 6 years now, nearly 7 years now, I think. Whatever, let's call it 6-ish years. And in that time, Yahoo has actually had 4 major design changes. You know what that design change was? Their logo, or just how purple that page was. So that would require not hundreds of thousands of pages, but rather tens of millions of pages that would have to be changed individually using actual human labor to go through there and do. And we cannot have that. So the cascading style sheet gives us an advantage. What that allows us to do is have one description for how we want our page or pages to be displayed. And one page or 1,000 page or 1,000,000 pages or tens of millions of pages, can all of them take their design cues from one document? So that way, when I have to make a change to rockvalleycollege.edu, we have made a small change to our logo. Instead of having to do that on every page, which would be a nightmare, I can do that on one document, and I will know that those changes are pushed down automatically to however many pages it is that are in my property instantaneously. And that is a tremendous advantage as a web developer. So next, we're going to switch over here. We're going to fire up brackets, and we're going to look at, well, two things. We're going to look at what yahoo.com looks like without cascading style sheets, and we're going to see what we can do with cascading style sheets as far as how quickly we can make a change to our web properties.